One Zambia, One Nation, and compliments of the season. To present the news, my name is Amos Zulu. Here are the top stories. Zambia commemorates 32nd Christian Nation Declaration. Government disburses over 3.3 million kwacha CDF loans in Chawama constituency. 500 Starlink kits procured to improve countrywide connectivity. And SDA Church donates to UTH. Here now is the news in detail. President Hakainde Hichilema says Zambia will not condone and embrace practices that are unchristian and in conflict with the country's tradition and culture. President Hichilema says government and the church will collaborate to stand against the campaign of the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and intersexual LGBTQI agenda in Zambia. The head of state said this during the 32nd commemoration of the declaration of Zambia as a Christian nation held in Lusaka. Sharon Bwalia attended the commemoration and brought us this report.
Today, 28 December 2023, marks 32 years since the late former president, Frederick Chiluba, declared Zambia as a Christian nation. This declaration entails that Zambia upholds values and principles in line with Christianity. Thus, President Hakainde Hichilema, Vice President Mutalina Lumango, First Lady Mutinta Hichilema and other government officials joined the church and many Zambians in commemorating the declaration.
But I'm very happy, extremely happy, to be amidst you, the fellow citizens, as we commemorate this important day. I want to say Zambia should work even harder in the face of adversity, Bishop Fuller, in the face of conflict, in the face of different opinions. We must persevere to preserve the heritage of our country as a Christian nation.
President Hichilema also stated his position on matters that are against Christian values.
I'm glad today that the country has reinforced that certain things are not African. Certain things are not Christian. It does not matter who has said them. I'm afraid they are not acceptable. And we must have the courage as a nation to stand together and say, to this we agree, but to that we disagree. The globe is faced with a lot of threats, economic challenges, debt, one of the prayers here, debt issues, serious challenges. Alcoholism, drugs. We shall conquer these when we hold together.
Meanwhile, the church has commended government for its continued recognition of the declaration.
You don't find it anywhere else. This is unique. How can you have the head of state, Her Honor the Vice President, the ecclesiastical fathers, government, seated in one place? This speaks of the spirit of a nation. There's what inspires us to do what we do. Oh God. The soul of a nation, the way we think, is key for what will happen to the body of the nation. The body of the nation is the physical part of the nation. The resources we have are in the body of a nation.
Reporting for ZANIS in Lusaka, Sharon Bwalia.
And Southern Province Deputy Permanent Secretary Yolantha Malunga has called on Zambians to uphold Christian values and help entrench the faith in the future generation. Speaking during the commemorations in Choma district, Ms. Malunga says Zambia's declaration as a Christian nation is a heritage that needs to be cherished.
Since the declaration of Zambia as a Christian nation in 1991 by the late President Frederick Titus Chiluba, Zambia have had different successive governments and all have upheld Christianity. Today marks 32 years since the declaration was made, and Choma has joined the rest of the country in rededication Zambia as a Christian nation.
Zambia was declared a Christian nation. Today we are celebrating 32 years of the declaration of Zambia as a Christian nation, and I feel confident that this declaration was inspired by God Himself through the political leadership in the year 1991. Let me take this opportunity to thank all successful Zambian governments, including the current New Dawn government, for having been so passionate and supportive to the declaration.
The homily was given by Pastor Kebinawa.
We have every reason to fight for this covenant that we entered into with our Father in heaven. If we all agree that Zambia is a Christian nation, then we must also agree that the only way to sustain this nation is to allow biblical principles to guide us and to govern us.
Different prayer points were also presented by the clergy from different denominations who prayed for continued love and peace in the country.
I love you, Lord, for your mercy never fails me.
Costa Mdenda, ZANIS, in Joma District, Southern Province.
In other news, Vice President Mutale Nalumango has toured Kanyama Cholera Treatment Center and the community in order to check on the cholera situation in the area. Sande Bwalia has the details in this report.
Vice President Mutale Nalumango has visited Kanyama Cholera Treatment Center to check on the cholera situation in the area with a call to the public to be responsible to observe hygiene. Ms. Nalumango says government needs concerted efforts from members of the public to be responsible by avoiding throwing rubbish in drainages.
Is that this is a disease that is avoidable. It is a disease that is avoidable. How can it be avoidable? Yes, of course, we can vaccinate. But the most important is that it is a disease that is related to hygiene. It is a disease. We have to face it. If we hide what the cause is, we will not find solution. I think as Zambians, it's time we changed our style, our way of life. Today you will see that just one rain pouring, the drainages are overflowing. It's not the rains. It's because we throw rubbish in the drainages. Surely, you are a Zambian. You know that throwing rubbish in the drainage will cause that to be blocked. That goes even into the sewer system. We don't take enough care. I will pray to the Zambians that let us take responsibility. As government works hard, let us also work hard at personal level. It is your duty, it is not my duty. Colleagues, particularly through you, the media, Boma Yanganepo should end. That's a language that should end, because in a democracy we say it's government of the people. Isn't it? For the people and by the people. So you are the government as a Zambian. So which Boma? You are the Boma. So which Boma? If you're going to throw rubbish and some Boma should come and pick, you shouldn't do that. Let us all take responsibility. Let us not throw things around. Let us not leave dirt. A drainage passing by your house, you throw in. You are a woman, you are sweeping. You are bringing cholera. You are bringing a disease. You are bringing dirt. You are making people run away from us.
Lusaka Water and Sewerage Company disclosed that the company, in collaboration with Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, is providing water to Kanyama residents daily to help them with clean water. The Vice President was accompanied by Lusaka Province Minister Shiumuliata, DMMU National Coordinator Gabriel Polen, among others, also toured flooded areas in the area. For ZANIS in Lusaka, I am Sunday Warrior.
We take our first break, and when we return, government disburses over 3.3 million kwacha CDF loans in Chawama. Stay tuned.
Bushe kolera chinshi. Kolera bulwele bwa kupolomia. Omuntu ukwete kolera alapolomia sana eyo n'okuluka. Obusali buba obwamenshi n'okubutuluka ng'omu basukire omupunga. Omulwele wa kolera takwata amenshi mu mubiri pamulandu wa kuluka ero n'okupolomia. Omulwele wa kolera kuti afa munsa 12 na nguntile 12 hours nga tapeerwa omuti uwafikapo. Musho omuntu kuti akwata shani kolera. Okunwa amenshi ayabula okuwamya nangu ayafiko. Okulya ifyakulya n'emino iyalamba nangu mufipe ifyabula okusamfya n'amenshi ayasuma. Okulya ifyakulya ifyo basunga okwabula okufimbapo ifyakutira na balunshi baleikalapo. Okulya ifyakulya ifyashelepo ifyatalala ifyakutira tabafisungire bwino nakalya iyo. Okulya ifyakulya ifyo bashitisha mu misebo. Okulya ifisabo elyo n'omusalo ifyabula okusamfya. Kuti twaichingirira shani ku bulwele bwa kolera. Mwamyeni amenshi yakunwa okupitira mu kuipika nangu okubika mu chlorine. Sambeni kuminwa na sopo ilo na amenshi ayasuma panuma ya kubonfya chimbusu. Kafyeniko ifyakulya ilio tamulalia. Fimbeni pa fyakulya fyonse pakuti balunshi tabale ikalapo. Mwilalia ifyakulya fisangwa mu misebo. Bonfyeni chimbusu inshita yonse. Mwila bonfya ifikunkubiti nangu ifupepala pakuposa ubusali. Shiningisha inokutila ubusali bonse bwaposwa mu chimbusu. Sungeni chimbusu ichabusaka n'okufimbapo inshita yonse. Iyimbira abamireterako chipa nichimona pabumi.
Thank you so much for still staying with us. Minister of Information and Media Cornelius Mwetwa says government is resolved to addressing the economic challenges facing Zambians. Mr. Mwetwa says efforts are being made to improve the welfare of Zambians through development programs such as the Expanded Constituency Development Fund, CDF, the Agricultural Credit Financing Facility, and debt restructuring. Mr. Mwetwa, who is also Chief Government Spokesperson, was speaking in Choma during a radio program at Baita FM Radio.
It has been over 2 years since the UPND formed government. Reflecting on the notable achievements scored so far, UPND party spokesperson Cornelius Mwetwa, featuring on Baita FM in Choma, reiterated government's resolve to improving the socio-economic well-being of the country. The successful progression into debt restructuring, enhanced constituency development fund, which is empowering local communities, are just among the many accomplishments.
With the milestones that have been arrived at in terms of debt negotiation, where we are expected now to redirect funding from debt servicing into investments, particularly into economic sectors. We expect the economy to begin a steep climbing up so that the lives of our people can be eased.
Mr. Mwetwa, who is also Chief Government Spokesperson, also reiterated government's resolve in upholding the rule of law in the fight against corruption.
Whether you belong to the ruling party, whether you are a minister, you have to be answerable to the law. So that kind of political will demonstrated by President HH has been a very important ingredient in restoring public confidence in the fight against corruption.
As Choma Central Member of Parliament, Mr. Mwetwa also highlighted developmental plans for his constituency.
Now, I would like to address the issue of township roads in Choma seriously and indicate that the Road Development Agency has since indicated to us that they will not perform to construct township roads to the tune of 10 kilometers. Rather, the same number of kilometers will be constructed by the Ministry of Local Government once we go past this rainy season. And this is not just a promise, this is budgeted for in the national budget for 2024. In the like manner that as Choma district, we are lucky that we will be the first district outside Livingstone in this particular province to host an airport. And we expect that our cost of travel will be reduced and the cost of doing business in Choma will be reduced.
This said is Simusole reporting in Choma District, Southern Province.
Kaputa Member of Parliament Elvis Nkandu says government has scored successes in Kaputa District through the Constituency Development Fund CDF. Mr. Nkandu, who is also Minister of Youth, Sport and Arts, says the district has recorded successes in the education, health and infrastructure development sectors. From Kaputa, we have Raymond Chalata reporting.
Government has continued to take development to different parts of the country. Many of these are coming through the Constituency Development Fund CDF. Kaputa Constituency Member of Parliament Elvis Nkandu has visited his constituency to interact with the people and explain some of the achievements scored so far.
I want to indicate here that 3/4 of the desks have been procured. And those that have been left out is either we have procured them, but the contract has not yet brought the desks. So for us in Kaputa, 100% of the desks, which was about 5,700 plus, has been procured. We have seen also the rehabilitation of a lot of classroom blocks. We have seen also those schools whose roofs were blown up. We have, this time around, we have made sure that all the roofs have been done.
And the Kaputa residents have expressed happiness with the progress made this year and are eager for more development in the coming year.
Chituletotera sana kubuteko pamuna ba president wesu bagayinde nga chakutira bare twaliriro kubombange pamuna ba MP chintu cyo twingatasha sana kairi bekafirwa kubomba bakafikirisha efe pakutira nemyendere yesu ngabana babo ninshika beyanguka kairi iyawama.
Raymond Chalata reporting for ZANIS in Kaputa District, Northern Province.
You are still watching ZANIS News. Lupososhi District Commissioner Simon Mwenya says failure by the local authority to relocate from Luwingu to Lupososhi has hampered development in the district. Mr. Mwenya notes that no meaningful development has been attained in the area ever since Lupososhi was declared a district in 2018. The District Commissioner said this when Northern Province Deputy Permanent Secretary Lewis Mwape visited the area to check on developmental projects. Sylvia Zulu has more in this report.
With many local authorities in the country being held for their tremendous work in developing their areas, the situation is different in Lupososhi district as council officers are operating from another district. Lupososhi District Commissioner Simon Mwenya, who was briefing Northern Province Deputy Permanent Secretary, is saddened by this development.
If we can have council workers who are not willing to be in Lupososhi district, how are we going to see development in Lupososhi district? The answer is not DPS. This district, it was declared in 2018. To date, no development. Since we formed the government, this is when you are able to see, the civic center, which we have just started under my charge. If they are not ready to be in Lupososhi district, I think better they just raise their hands to say, no, we can't go to Lupososhi.
And the Provincial Deputy Permanent Secretary, Lewis Mwape, had this to say on the matter.
We will not accept as government to see that the people are abusing the public resources because they are getting paid every day knowing that government is paying transport. On each one's pay slip there is transport allowance. To do what? To come to the office here in Lupososhi. So we will not tolerate that. as provincial administration, we will not tolerate this kind of behavior. If they want, we can come and close the office here and go and close the office in Ruingo.
And when contacted on phone, Lupososhi Town Council Secretary Robert Mlauzi says the local authority will completely shift to operate in the district by the second week of January.
I have also issued a directive, I will write to CS Ruingo that we are surrendering all the offices at Rungu Town Council. Next week being the last day where all the officers will be operating from. So it's actually gradual. I'm sure you saw how small that office is. It cannot accommodate over 50 employees.
Reporting for ZANIS, Sylvia Zulu in Lupososhi District.
Government has disbursed loans amounting to over 3.3 million kwacha to more than 46 beneficiaries in Chawama constituency under the 2023 Constituency Development Fund CDF allocation. Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development Permanent Secretary for Administration, Mambo Hamaundu, has urged the community to use the funds for the intended purpose. Take a look.
Government has disbursed 3.3 million kwacha worth of loans to 49 beneficiaries, comprising of cooperatives and companies in Chawama constituency in Lusaka district under the 2023 Constituency Development Fund. Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development Permanent Secretary for Administration, Mambo Hamaundu, who graced the occasion, expressed happiness with the successful implementation of the programs under the CDF component and has urged the banking sector to continue providing financial literacy to the beneficiaries.
Sometimes the banks have a tendency of taking a little bit longer than necessary when it comes to disbursement of the resources. My appeal to our agents, because that's a relationship that we have, they are our agents, we appeal that you expedite the process of disbursement. We also appeal to the banks to ensure that when it comes to financial literacy, let us ensure that our members of the community, the beneficiaries, are taught and taught adequately.
The Lusaka City Mayor, Chilando Chitangala, has encouraged the beneficiaries to understand the purpose of obtaining these loans.
Indalama, sio ono gani, nyoselezla pamozi. Not kategaja maloni manje tamba kupasa na pamene hapo. Tapasa na profit time. Sati ya capital ya sala. Sati ya nkao yo yamba kubweza malonzi, yamba kubweza kwa pamono pamono. Sati na wewe banza tumena community na wewe batenga kwa nini?
Chawama Constituency Development Fund Chairperson Ruben Nkandu and Chawama Constituency Chairperson for Politics Nchimonya Jimbulu are also grateful for the successful implementation of the 2023 CDF projects.
We were giving loans for 2022 in 2023. But today we are happy that we are able to do everything within 2023 and we have already started working on the processes for 2024.
Mijelo Mwemba reporting for ZANIS in Lusaka.
Still to come in the news, government procures 500 Starlink kits for schools. Stay tuned.
Kanti kolera kibutuku manyim. Kolera kibutuku bwakusululamu. Mutu yanani butuku bwa kolera utasulula ni kutazamu. Mutu yakula butuku bwa kolera usulula meza mfuta sina araisi aya kwa mutabanimu. Mukuliyo ukato kwa mezi mamubili bakengisa kufufulelwamu. Mukuliyo ukona kutimela mwahalalihola zeli shumi kazepeli haiva asafumanilikalafo zambuwamu. Mutu ukona kuyambula choni butuku bwa koleramu. Kunwa mezi asikakeniswa kapa kunwa mezi amasilamu. Kuchalicho ni mazo atezi masila kapa kuitusali ya peiso zetapisizwe ni mezi amasilamu. Kuchalicho zesika kwaelwa ni kuselezwa kwa linzinzimu. Kuchalicho zelobezi ilizeo alisika bukelezwa handemu. Kuchalicho zelekisiwa mama kululumu. kuchalitolwana manicholo ni mulo zesikatapiswamu lukona chwani kuiselezwa kwa butuku bwa kolera kuvilisa mezi akunwa kapa kuvea mwateni chlorine mfutumaze lichoza mina pili musikali cha kale mukwaye lichoza mina kaufela kulisileleza kwa linzinzi musike mwacha lichoza mwa makululu mwitu sekali mbalimba nako kaufela mi musike mwa itusa bikopo kapa mapepa amuyumba zemasilamu mubone kuli mutabani walatelwa mwakalimbalimba mubone kuli kalimbalimba kamina kakenile nako kaufela manicholo ni kukwayelwa ling'osa litakumina kuzwa kuba likolo la makete.
Minister of Technology and Science Felix Mutati has disclosed that government has procured 500 Starlink kits as part of the process to improve internet connectivity across the country. Mr. Mutati says government has also secured a Memorandum of Understanding MOU with Liquid Telecom International to provide fiber connectivity to 1,291 secondary schools and health centers. Wupe Sendwe reports.
Government has made headways in ensuring internet connectivity across the country becomes a reality for efficient and effective service delivery. And Minister of Technology and Science Felix Mutati has told ZANIS that a clear position with internet providers, Starlink and Liquid Telecom International has been reached.
Government has procured 500 kits of Starlink. And the decision that government has taken is that each member of parliament will receive one Starlink kit for their constituents. And the implementation plan is straightforward. We have said to the members of parliament, one, you need to appreciate this technology. Number two, we need to optimize this technology within our constituency. Many places where there are hills, valleys, and all these things, Starlink is able to reach. It doesn't matter whether there are hills, there are valleys, there are crowds, it is able to deliver service.
Mr. Mutati added that government has secured investment for internet connection in all the secondary schools across the country.
Through Liquid Telecoms, we are going to connect all the 1,291 secondary schools to fiber. And our target is to connect the first 100 by the end of this year. Education today and in the future is better delivered through internet. We connected the first school, Munari Girls.
And stakeholders in the education sector are elated with the attention that the subdivision is receiving.
We are aware that once schools are connected to the internet, then we are going to give spaces to the teachers and also the learners to have more facilities for research and also for information.
The president stepping in to us, that is a milestone. So it will help in teaching because the subject should be hands-on.
Indeed, access to the internet opens up countless opportunities in the economic spheres. Wope Sendo for ZANIS News in Lusaka.
In education news, Copperbelt Province has scooped the first position at both grade 9 and 7 in the 2023 national examinations. Provincial Minister Elisha Matambo has attributed the positive results to government efforts in expanding the classroom space and implementation of effective teaching methods. Speaking in Kitwe during the Copperbelt Provincial Examination Selection meeting for grade 7 and 9, Mr. Matambo says government will continue improving learning conditions, citing, among others, the construction of 15-day secondary schools earmarked for 2024. And Mr. Matambo directed all district education board secretaries and head teachers not to deny any unsuccessful grade 7 child a chance to repeat in view of the abolished automatic progression. Meanwhile, Provincial Education Officer Stephen Chishiko thanked government for investing heavily in the education sector, which he says has helped to improve the learners' performance and motivate the teachers. And Copperbelt Dean of District Education Board Secretaries Elizabeth Ngonga has assured that teachers will continue working hard in order to sustain the good performance of learners. Lands and Natural Resources Minister Elijah Muchima has dispelled assertions that his ministry is giving land to the United Party for National Development UPND cadres alone. Dr. Muchima says land belongs to every Zambian regardless of their status in society and political affiliation. He adds that it is government's desire to see that every Zambian owns land without sidelining anyone. Speaking when he paid a courtesy call on Northwestern Province Minister Robert Lihefu in Solwezi, Dr. Muchima says he is in the province to resolve land issues. He states that the title deeds that were given out without regard to settlements should not be considered. He has also added that there is a rule that before any title deed is given, a search must be conducted to find out whether there is a settlement. Meanwhile, Mr. Lihefu has expressed hope that the visit by the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources to the province will help resolve land issues in Mushindamo district concerning the allocation of the Central Business District. And lastly, in our news, the University Teaching Hospital Children's Wing has received a donation of assorted items from the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Lusaka District amounting to over 20,000 kwacha. UTH Children's Hospital Chief Nursing Officer Victoria Ntala received the donation and thanked the SDA Church. Here's Mitchell Mwemba with the report.
The children in the A07 ward at the University Teaching Hospital Children's Wing have been gifted with baby hampers by the Midlands West Zambia Conference of the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Lusaka. Midlands West Zambia Conference of the Seventh-day Adventist Church Personal Ministries Director in charge of the Dorcas, Pastor Moses Ziela, leads the Dorcas mothers in showing love to the children by presenting baby hampers worth over 20,000 kwacha.
This is not just a one-off project or activity for the Dorcas workers. In fact, the name Dorcas itself is synonymous with work that is done in the community. Our theme as Midlands West Zambia Conference for this year was the church in the community, indicating that it is high time that we left our closed walls as a church and filtered ourselves into the community to meet the needs of the people and to help relieve rather the sufferings of the people.
The Chief Nursing Officer at the Children's Hospital has appreciated this gesture by the Seventh-day Adventist Church.
Most of the time, the mothers, they have to fend for their own diapers. But these that have been donated today, they will go a long way. And again, they've also donated herbs. This is soya porridge, and that is the feed that we give these children. Because these children, when they have malnutrition, the feed is different from the normal feed that they take.
The beneficiaries have also thanked the church for this donation. Nigel Mwemba reporting for ZANIS in Lusaka.
Here is a reminder of the top stories again. Zambia commemorates 32nd Christian Nation Declaration. Government disburses over 3.3 million kwacha CDF loans in Chawama constituency. 500 Starlink kits procured to improve countrywide connectivity. And SDA Church donates to UTH. Thank you so much for watching. On behalf of the entire production team, my name is Amos Zulu. Compliments of the season. Bye-bye.